In this video, I'll be showing you how I made these shorts. To make the pattern, I cut a piece of paper that measures from one of her legs all the way to the other edge with about an inch right there. So now I'm going to draw, actually I can take it off and do this, a J shape from where her legs split up to where I want the seam allowance to be, because you're going to be folding over that fabric later. And I'm going to fold it in half and cut along this J shape. And then you can cut it whatever height you want, just be aware you're going to have a seam allowance. So I'd leave about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And we have our pattern. The fabric I will be using is some denim from an old pair of jeans. It is very thick, which is kind of hard to use for Barbie to size clothing. I want to make it work though because it's all that I have. So go ahead, fold that in half so that there are two. Get your pattern on there, pin it up, cut it out. The next step is to sew along one of the J shapes, just like that. Make sure you don't sew this part down. Next, I'm going to sew a zigzag across this seam to make it not fray. For the hem, you can either fold this down and sew it, or you can just sew 2 lines across, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull these strings out. Here's what it looks like. You can either leave it like that, or you can pull out all these threads. Might take a little while, and eventually it should look like that. The next step would be to fold this over and sew it so that we can add elastic, but first we have to decide which one. I have an 1/8 of an inch elastic here, which I like for using for thinner fabric, so today I'm going to be using a 1/4 inch. You could use this, I'm just going to use this. Go ahead and safety pin that. It's like the words I would use. As an alternative, you can also use a darning needle opposed to a small safety pin. However, before you hem it, do a zigzag over this, that way it won't fray. And begin threading it through. Just pushing and then pulling this fabric. Pushing the thing through and pulling. This is where you'll be using the darning needle, which actually might not be a bad idea because this is pretty tough. Once you have it all the way through, it should look like this, nice and, well, no, it should look like this, nice and stretchy. I was holding the ends of the elastic, that's why I did that. But take your doll, wrap it around, throw arms up if you need to, and then pull the elastic until it's, you know, tight enough. The simple test to see if it is too tight is if when you pinch it there, you can pull it off of her. It's kind of hard. Not because it's too tight, but because it's just kind of hard, the angle I'm in. You're good. And just go ahead and sew that J seam like in the beginning. So I went ahead and also zigzagged that seam. Now I'm going to open it so that I have the legs. And I'm going to sew from here to there. And more than likely also zigzag over it. And you're finished. They look good. She looks good. We feel good because we made something good. It's all good.